we need to be recognized as such. And so the building of the 30-meter telescope, if it was in a different place, Hawaiians might be some of the most supportive of it. But it's the fact that it's being built on sacred land in a very, very fragile ecosystem. There are species that live up there that only live up there. Not in that type of regions around the world, but only on Mauna Kea. It's where our sacred waters are. It's the dwelling place of many of our female akua. And these are also crown lands that were never ceded to the United States of America, but they were seized, they were taken away. We've never consented to the taking of these lands. And ultimately, we've never consented to the building of all of these telescopes. There's been resistance from the very beginning. Those who allowed the first telescope to be built in 1968 were told that was going to be the only telescope.
And that we're at 13 right now.
We're at 13, and that was a 30 millimeter. Now we're at a 30 meter telescope. Again, 13 telescopes later.
False Promises never have removed 13 of them as of today.
Many of these telescopes have been the last telescope, right? And now TMT is the latest last telescope.
When I say solution, I think we must first see each other as human beings first. Because if we cannot see each other...
What would you want to say to the world to give that information about how we feel about our position in science?
We are not anti-science. We are anti an 18-story building on a pristine area on the northern plateau over our sacred mauna. 18 stories cannot be built on the mountain. I'm not against science, but I am against irresponsible decision-making in science. I'm against anything that will destroy sacred land, people's cultures, think that they can build because in the name of science, education, corporations, or businesses, they have the right to do that.
So it's not about the telescope, it's not about science, it's about sacred land. It's about Kanaka Maoli having the right to determine for themselves how our sacred places should be protected. Ultimately, this is a human right issue, right? That we are a real people, we have a real history, we have a real culture, we have a real language, we have a real religion, and we need to be recognized as such. And so the building of the 30-meter telescope, if it was in a different place, Hawaiians might be some of the most supportive of it. But it's the fact that it's being built on sacred land in a very, very fragile ecosystem. There are species that live up there that only live up there.